Hello students, I am Saili Rathod from International Center of Excellence in Engineering and Management, Aurangabad. This is the video number 20 of Digital Electronics. In this video, I am going to cover the subtopic of third unit. The third unit is Boolean logic, and the topic that we are going to cover today are combinational circuit design, in which we will see the half adder and full adder. Okay, so if time permits, we will start with the full adder and we will also see the half adder completely. In previous lecture up to the video number 19, we have discussed about the K-map of SOP and POS. So how to draw the K-map of 2 variables, 3 variables and 4 variables, how to write the standard SOP equation, how to write the standard POS equation. After that, how to draw the K-map directly from the truth table. So this all the points we have covered up till now. Now in this video we will start with the combinational circuit design. Now what is the combinational circuit design? It is a type of circuit designing in which we can use the basic logic gates to design a particular circuit, like half adder, full adder, subtractor, in that half subtractor, full subtractor, multipliers. Okay, so all these designs we can draw by using, all these circuits we can design by using the combinational circuit design. So let's start with the half adder. Before that, we will see what are the different types of circuits. So the logic circuits for digital systems may be combinational or sequential. So a combinational circuit consists of logic gates whose outputs at any time are determined from only the present combination inputs. Okay, now what is the main difference between these two circuits? In combinational circuit, there is no memory element. Memory element is used for what? To store a particular information. So consider if in any circuit there are two states. So the output of the first state can be stored in the memory element and which can be used for the second stage. But there is no space for this memory element in combinational circuit. But in sequential circuit we can use the memory element. Okay, so combinational circuit, in easy language you can remember, it is a combination of different circuits of different logic or different basic logic gates which can be used to design a particular logic circuit. Okay, and the important thing is that there is no memory element present in the combinational circuit. Now the sequential circuit. A sequential circuit contains memory element. The output are a function of current inputs and the state of the memory elements. The outputs also depend on the past input. Okay, so in sequential circuit, as the name itself says, that it works in sequence. Like if a particular circuit is having 3 stages, then the first part will be operated, then the output of the first part will be stored in the memory element. Now when the second stage will be operating, so the second stage will use the stored data in the memory element for the next operation. So like this, sequentially one by one stages are implemented and these stages work and it will give the final output. So these are the basic two types of circuits. So we are going to study only the combinational circuit in this video. So what is a combinational circuit? Here you can see there is a combinational circuit which is shown like a box which is having one input and one output. Okay, it does not have the memory element. It is not present in combinational circuit. So it is used for a particular specific function like adder, subtractors, comparators, decoders, encoders and multiplexers. So adder, subtractor, these are very basic combinational circuits. From this we are going to study the adders first. Half adder also are of two types, like half adder and full adder. Okay, so full adder is nothing but combination of two half adders. It will form the full adder. So this is the combinational circuit. Now the design procedure. What is the need to formulate circuits from problem description? Okay, so for the designing of a combinational circuit, what is needed? First, we have to determine the number of inputs and outputs. Like for the half adder, if we are going to design, then we know that two inputs are there and two outputs are there, from which one is sum, one is carry, and two inputs A and B. Okay, so this we will study in deep. Here I have only taken this example because the first stage is what? To determine the number of inputs and the outputs. Now the second stage is to determine the truth table format. Okay, so from all the combinations of these inputs and the outputs, we can draw the truth table. So this is the second stage, determine the truth table format. So now from the third next stage is to determine the K-map. So from this truth table you can draw the K-map. For example, we have drawn this K-map. Now the first stage is this, second stage is truth table, third stage is K-map. Now the fourth stage is to determine the minimal SOP. So if we have taken the inputs, then from this you can draw the SOP equation. And so this is the fourth stage. And from this SOP equation, when you will get the final equation, you can draw the implementation, or you can say you can draw the circuit diagram or logic diagram. So these are the 5 stages for any circuit combinational circuit design. First stage is to determine the number of input and output. Second stage to determine the truth table. Third stage to determine K-map. Fourth stage to determine minimal SOP. And fifth stage to determine gate draw implementation. Okay, so like this you can design any circuit. There may be multiple outputs per design. Solve each output separately. Okay, as if we consider the half adder, we know that the outputs are 2, sum and carry. So for sum we will draw the truth table. For the carry we will also draw the truth table, and we will form 2 K-maps from this. Now binary adders and subtractors. So initially the basic circuit to be studied is binary adder and subtractor. Addition and subtraction of binary data is fundamental. So there is a need to determine hardware implementation. So for this purpose we are going to study the adders and subtractor. Now second point is to represent the input and outputs. Okay, for designing any circuit we need to know how many inputs are there, how many outputs are there. For example, inputs we have listed here like single bit values. If there are two inputs A and B, so A will be a single bit input and B will be a single bit input. And carry in is also an input. Now carry in is what? If you are having 2 stages in the circuit, then the carry of the first stage will be given as the input for the second stage. So that's why we have named this input as the carry in. Now outputs, sum and carry. The third point is hardware feature. Create a single bit adder and chain together. Okay, so this is a theoretical concept. In the next slides we are going to see an example of half adder. So step by step you will understand all these points. So let's move towards the half adder. Half adder, which can also be represented as HA. It is a 2 input bitwise addition functional block. As the name itself suggests that it is a circuit which is used for addition purpose. So the function is, this functional block is used for what? To add 2 binary numbers. Like in this example we have taken 2 inputs A0 and B0. This is a single bit input. S0 is a single bit sum and C1 is the carry out. So this is the input and these two are the outputs. Okay, so here you can see the block diagram of half adder having two inputs and two outputs. A and B are the inputs, sum and carry are the outputs. Now here just see, here decimal and binary two representations are shown. If you consider the decimal input, then 1 plus 1 in decimal form, you know that the addition will be 2. But when you consider the binary inputs and outputs, if you add 1 plus 1, so for the binary addition, 1 plus 1 is 0 and we have a carry 1. So how we represent it? Like this. Here you can see 1 plus 1 is 0, which is the output of sum, and the carry is written on left hand side, that is 1. Okay, 1 plus 1 is 0, carry 1. So this is example of addition of two bits, 1 1. Now this same half adder is represented in the form of table. These are the two inputs, A0 and B0. S0 is output, C1 is the output. So if we add 0 0, then the sum will be 0, carry will be 0. If you add 0 plus 1, then sum will be 1, carry will be 0. If you add 1 plus 0, then sum will be 1 and carry will be 0. But in the last case, the carry is only 1, in this case only. So when the carry is 1, when both the inputs are 1, then sum is 0 but the carry is 1. Okay, so remember this truth table. This is very important for half adder. And this you will also use in the full adder also. So remember this truth table. Now the circuit diagram. Here circuit diagram of half adder is shown, where the two inputs are shown, A0, B0. Output is S0 and C1. So A0, B0, the input is given to the XOR gate, and again the A0, B0 is given to the AND gate, and the output of this XOR and AND gate is considered as the output. Okay, so this is the circuit diagram for your understanding purpose. In the next slide, we are going to see how we have drawn this circuit diagram. So implementation we will see now. The functional block of half adder. A 2 input 1 bit width binary adder that performs the following computation. So it means there are two inputs, but which type of inputs are there? It is a 1 bit binary input. Okay, so this is a general example of input, two inputs X and Y, and the output is sum and carry. Okay, so 4 combinations will be there. This is first, second, third and fourth. So for the first combination, if you add 0 0, the sum will be 0, carry will be 0. If you add 0 and 1, the sum will be 1, carry will be 0. If you add 1 plus 0, then sum will be 1 and carry will be 0. If you add both the inputs 1, then the sum will be 0 but the carry will be 1. So these are the 4 possible combinations of inputs of half adder. Now a half adder adds 2 bits to produce a 2-bit sum. The sum is expressed as a sum bit S and a carry bit C. The half adder can be specified as a truth table for S and C. Okay, so as in the previous slide we have seen, two inputs are shown, one column for the sum and one column for the carry. The same truth table, this one I have expressed again in this slide. Okay, so XY input, sum and carry are the output. So this is the functional block of half adder. Now the logic simplification. As we know, the first step was what? To consider the inputs and outputs. Now this is the second stage of logic simplification, in which we are going to draw the K map for S and C. Okay, so the truth table in which the sum and carry were plotted So consider this table. The sum is 0 1 1 0 and carry is 0 0 0 1. I will write here, sum is 0 1 1 0 and carry is 0 0 0 1. So this sum is denoted here in the K map and carry is denoted here in this K map. So if you plot 0 1 1 0, then 0 1 1 0 in the K map. So this is a 2 variable K map for the sum and this is a 2 variable K map for carry. So 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. So we have plotted the 2 columns of sum and carry in the K map. Now the next stage is what? To write the logic equation for this ones that we have plotted in the K map. So we will make first the groups. So first group will be of this one, second group will be this one. So if you write the equation for this one, it will be what? This is x bar. This is y bar. So what will be for this group? It will be x y bar. So we will write x y bar. Now for the second group, it is what? X bar y. So we will write x bar y. So the equation we got is x dot y bar plus x bar dot y. So this is nothing but the x or y. So this is nothing but the XOR operation. So XOR operation, it can also be represented like this, x plus y dot x bar plus y bar. So this is the equation for the sum. Now for the carry. For the carry, there is only one group. What will be the equation for this? X and y. So x dot y. X dot y, it can also be represented as, if you put double bar over any variable, then it does not make any difference. So here only alternate representation I have written, x dot y double bar. Okay, so we got now two equations, one for sum and one for carry. These equations lead to several implementations. So here we have completed the second and third stage to draw the K map and to write the logic equation. Now the implementation. This is the final stage to half adder. Now as we know, in the previous slide we got two equations. First for sum, this is the main equation, and for the carry, this is the main equation. Now these two equations we will use to draw the circuit diagram. So this is the circuit diagram, logic diagram, or you can say the implementation of half adder. What is the equation for sum? It is x XOR y and carry x dot y. So we will use an XOR gate. We will give two inputs x and y to the XOR gate and we will take the output, that is sum. Now for the AND gate, for the carry, we need a AND gate to which we have given two inputs x and y, and the output we will take as the carry, which is denoted by C. So this is how we have implemented the half adder. Okay, so in the next video we will see the full adder. So till that, just revise the half adder and we will see the full adder in the next video lecture. We will follow the same steps. Like if you want to revise again for the half adder, what we have done initially, we have determined the inputs and outputs. After input and output, we have drawn the truth table. After truth table, we have drawn the K map. From the K map, we have made the groups, and of this group, we have written the equations. From these equations, finally, we have written the, we have drawn the implementation of the circuit diagram. So these are the 5 steps for any combinational logic circuit. So thank you so much. See you in the next video lecture.